A year ago, Ondoy left a devastating trail of destruction in the Philippines. Here, millions of people were affected and hundreds of people died. But it also produced heroes out of everyday Filipinos. Now join me, Jason Domantay, as we look back at a time when this deadly storm hit the Philippines. Mrs. Inday Andaya can still recall the events of September 25, 2009 like it just happened yesterday. For her, it was a nightmare. She is one of the residents of the Provident Village in Marikina City, the place that was underwater when Ondoy hit Manila.
Bigla-bigla na lang bumuhos yung tubig na mga 30 minutes lang nasa second floor na kagad And then bigla na lang pumapasok na sa loob ng bahay. So what I did is that para bang nagpanic na din kami na hindi namin madala yung mga kasangkapan namin except matulungan na lamang yung mga kapitbahay. It's an experience na talagang kailangan mo alert of mind physically and mentally. Kasi kung hindi, malulunod ka, mamamatay ka.
Her family and her neighbors suffered an unfortunate fate.
Lapas na sa ulo namin. So, nag-swimming kami sa mga raming putik, yung mga duming tubig. So, nagtatali kami ng kamay ng asawa ko kasi para kung anong mangyari sa amin dalawa, ng asawa ko, madali lang kami hanapin sa anak ko.
Even my youngest son was crying and told me that, Mommy, in case we don't see you anymore, we love you so much. So I go like, you don't say that. Those are things you don't say.
Residents of the Provident Village say that floodwaters were as high as their electrical post. Many of them were scared.
Ako naman ang naagos ng tubig dyan sa baba. So, buti na lang, my daughter has also presence of mind na maski hindi niya kaya, maski mas mataas pa sa kanya yung water, naghawak siya sa post at nilift niya yung ang hands niya para mahigit lang ako. So that's the time na I think I owe my life to my daughter and also to him.
They blamed the numerous closed gates in the Provident Village as one of the causes in the clogging of the streets when the floodwaters were rising.
Ang daming gates namin. Kasi yung gates na yan, naging obstacle.
The estimated total cost of the damage was at 12.6 billion pesos.
There are at least 4.9 million people that were affected in 26 provinces by Ondoy. Tapos yung namatay is more or less around 400 people. So that's the casualty. And a lot of injuries. There will be around 500 people injured. And at least 46 people are still missing.
Ironically, Pag-asa says that Ondoy is not even a strong typhoon. When it hit Metro Manila, it was flagged as a storm signal number 1.
Tropical Cyclone Ondoy, as I've said a while ago, was of tropical storm category. And for that matter, that means it has a wind speed of greater than 64 kilometers per hour. And during the time, last September 26, 2009, it was only signal number 1.
Sabi niyo po ba, sir, na walang pagkukulang ang Pag-asa regarding sa warning at that time?
I don't think so because the records will show that as of September 25, even before September 25, the appropriate warning was given. Yeah.
Mrs. Andaya says they did not hear any warnings about the storm.
Wala akong nadinig na warning. Kaya wala akong masasabi may warning silang binigay personally
The Weather Bureau claims its equipment are adequate in forecasting the weather, but due to global warming and the high moisture content, Ondoy happened.
Whether you like it or not, because of climate change, climate uncertainty is already happening.
Pag-asa is now urging people and government agencies to clean up the drainage systems to prevent more floods. It is now doing hourly weather updates.
The responsibility of taking care of oneself really lies on the individual. Kahit na anong gawin ng pamahalaan sa pag-warn, sa pag-forecast, kung yung mismo naman tao hindi siya maingat sa sarili niya, then we start having problems.
As for Mrs. Inday Andaya, she is proud her community helped each other during the tragedy.
Well, ang natutuhan ko dyan is that dapat tayo magmalasakit sa ating kapwa. Huwag tayo maging makasarili.
Pag-asa says that Ondoy will not be the last one to happen to the country. That is why it's very crucial for Filipinos to learn from past mistakes and prepare before the next big one hits. This is Jason Domantay for Yahoo Southeast Asia.
East ng Mindanao.
Sa Mindanao.